Hey there, Shrine Runners! Hello, and welcome to the Fox Shrine. I'm Araxis, your host, and tonight we're going to be playing some more Limbus Company. Hey there, Sid. Hey, Ada. Hey, Kuro. Welcome. Hope you're doing alright. I'm doing pretty good, even though I have to go to work tomorrow. But sadly, can't quit work. Can't quit work unless I want money. Unless I don't need money or whatever. I wish I didn't need money. Oh, and congrats on the 65 stream streak, Kuro. Well done. Game lets you earn map unlocks to show you where they all are. That's good, at least. Although sometimes, even if you know where they are, you gotta figure out how to get up to them. Yeah, I never did the Riddler trophies in Arkham Asylum or anything like that. I think I did like a few of them, but just didn't go out of my way or anything. Although the Asylum diaries, those ones were kind of interesting, sort of like learning about the caretaker and all that. Oh yeah, it's horrible when you go trying to go grab a collectible and then it's out of reach because you can't get it at this stage of the game. You got to come back for it. Anyway, let's get into Limbus Company, shall we? All right. And well, last we left off, I actually managed to grab the new Honglu. Where are you? Which one? I did grab it, right? It was a Honglu. Is it? Did I not grab it? No, I didn't. So let's go grab that, shall we? Got enough resources? So.
제가 분명 말했죠? 뛰어봤자 벼룩이라니까요.
There we go. Just run into those guys, so that's fairly relevant. And let's go unlock his story and find out what he's actually capable of, shall we? Build a piece. Ooh! What happened there? Did the characters do something stupid, or was it unfortunate? Dead by toad. Did they lick the toad? Because I could have told them you're not supposed to lick toads. That's, toads are poisonous. Unfortunate. Alright, so fairly low rolls there. I'm assuming we'll get an upgrade there. However, combat. Yeah, combat's dangerous. This is a fairly good sort of status effect, though. Extra sort of pride damage, reduce people's speed, which can be quite important with speed-based characters who get bonuses. Bunch of bleed and poise for crits. Oh, you get bonuses and you could re-roll, huh? Okay. Avulsion. Okay, more bleed and bind. Okay. And clashable counter. Okay, so that's how we inflict it. And you can also get this. Okay, alright, so you get bonuses against people you've inflicted the status on. Ooh, Ghost Nerd! Now that's two people in our party with magic swords. Okay. You can redirect that. Ooh. Alright, that's useful. We're gonna level you up. Else why the fuck wouldn't we? And let's start the up-tying, shall we? So, coin power up. There we go. Just poison bleed on target. A pretty good amount of poise count, by the way. I wouldn't have approved. Which one? Have you run into barrow bogies? Are those little cool guys that we sort of ran into in that mushroom area? either barrow bogies are something different that we haven't run into. You have... Oh, the potheads, guys! The other group is mean. Yep, here we go. Resonance, but speed faster than target. Speed difference. Yep, okay, and double. Alright. Hi. Alright, so now we get your big ability. Convert to unbreakable, gain final power +1. Okay. Oh, another way of inflicting trust. That's good. Here we go. Yeah, now this is a much more reasonable skill. Okay. Yeah, alright.
이리 나오시죠. 노비면 노비답게, 죄인이면 죄인답게. 이 오랏줄에 묶이시길.
After stream, got to set a date for Widow's Bay. Fuck, I forgot to set up my new emotes. I really need to do that. I'll try and remember to check out a date for Widow's Bay as well. Alright, anyway. We have a little side story now. It's just up ahead, young man. Soon we shall find ourselves past the border of the T-Corp back streets. What happened to everyone else? Yep, have fun, Sid. All snared by the Junokans. Vile wretches. Sir, behind you! Look behind you! Ah! Gotcha! It is well into the late hours of the night, only a few minutes after the night of the back street has passed. The child, hot on the heels of the two residents who had chosen to use that precarious hour as cover to flee escort, threw a heavy lasso at one of them. The lasso was made from ropes called ora, or scarlet bonds. The fugitive fell to the ground helplessly and was soon dragged before the child. No! Forget about me and go! Go! Flee! The fugitive shouted in a desperate attempt to at least get the boy out of there, but the child was a Chu-Unokun. Chu-Unokuns never hunt alone. Unlike the royal censors who act under royal decree, Chu-Unokuns are fixers, each serving their own interests. And when the hunt begins, they form packs with those among their ranks who stand to gain from the same pursuit. Can I trust you to handle the kid? Of course. I thought we had lost you in the maze of alleys. I commend your tenacity for what it's worth. I hate to break it to you, but these parts are a common escape route for you fugitives. So, thanks to you, I can navigate this entire network of alleys with my eyes closed. And you're proud of that? Proud? No, it's got nothing to do with pride. I've just been here enough times that I know it like the back of my hand. Those seeking a way out of S-Corp didn't have that many options, which made their routes rather predictable. They would often make for the borders between districts, where their hunters know they are likely to turn up. In the cover of dark alleyways, narrow spaces between collapsed walls, and within abandoned homes, where those with nowhere else to hide go find what little refuge they are afforded. There was no mistaking it. The fugitives fleeing their homeland already knew that these were the places the Chu-Unokun were keen to look. Hey, Senpai! Sorry to hear that. Let's have ourselves a drink. Obviously, play games that you're having fun with. Yeah, stretch a little bit. Okay. There. Alright. Oh yeah, the railways. The new railway's out. I missed that because I was on holiday. To go and look at that. I don't even do mounting trials. I just go up to level 5 and then I'm done. There's no point in going further unless you want the achievements and really don't care about them. But it wasn't like they had any alternatives. There weren't any other places to go anyway. Already given up any hope of seeing S-Corp change for the better. S-Corp sounds really shit from all the Uptie stories we've sort of seen and the mentions of the main story, even though we've never been there. Everyone just trying to get out of there, it seems, as the higher-ups run it as a brutal tyranny. Yeah, as I said, I don't bother with going beyond 5 because I don't see a point in doing so unless you're looking to challenge yourself or if you're a real glutton for the achievements, which I'm not. Give it up. No longer care about its state of affairs. All we want is to put this place behind us and never look back. Yet you still pursue us with such doggedness. Why? Because it pays to bring you in. And who knows? Maybe I'll land a big fish and climb my way up the ladder. There's something I've been wondering for a while, actually. Why does your kind flee? Do you actually expect something to change? There's nothing for you in the other districts. You think your life will improve once you make it to a different wing? The wings are all the same. There's nothing you penniless, powerless people can do to better your lives. Yeah, that's, I mean, how many Starlight bonuses are you sort of bringing with you? Because that sort of like helps to mitigate things a bit. Again, I don't play the higher level stuff. Crash and struggle from within. Flee to a different wing without. Nothing will change. Why do they flee? Knowing the risk to their lives. What could possibly be motivating them? Maybe you need to sort of like go up to like rank 3 boons. You got the Starlight. Gotta spend it, right? Oh, I've been hoarding my own. The child failed to understand the drive behind their desperation to flee. And he never will. You think we're fleeing in search of warmth and safety? In search of a home? In search of anything? We've grown too weary to hope. Too spent to expect even the faintest turn towards better days. We only seek to be free of this hell. Free of this awful hell that will relieve us of our families, our neighbors, and eventually, our lives. What if S-Corp is meant to represent North Korea? Given like the many restrictions sort of placed upon people, people trying to sort of flee over the border. And, like, it is deliberately based on Korea, though it also seems to be based on more of a feudal Korea, I guess? Be careful what you wish for, because you might find an even worse hell at the end of your journey. That may be so. A life more horrid than this may indeed await us. To us, who wish for nothing save liberty, the uncertainty of tomorrow is a peril we would take with willing hearts. Somewhat unhappy with the resident's cryptic reply, the child stopped chatting with the captured Nobi. And the captive too fell quiet, eyes turned towards the direction where the Nobi boy had fled. After an indeterminable amount of time spent in silence, the other Chuanokun returned. But instead of welcoming his return, the child responded with a click of his tongue when he noticed that his pair came back empty-handed, evidently having lost the boy. Where's the boy? Stopped by some new upstart syndicate. That was to crop up at all if I wanted to get past them. Be helped, I guess. They're running a business after all. No need to incur unnecessary expenses. As they were preparing to return the Nobbies, the child noticed something that soured his mood. It was the look on the captured Nobby's face. A smile. The child frowned, puzzled by the fugitive's strange cheer. Surely he knew that his treatment would only grow harsher once he was dragged back. What could he possibly be smirking about? Curious, the child tugged on the scarlet bond tied to the fugitive and asked, "That boy who got away, he's just a stranger to you, isn't he? He's not even your kin. You do know they're going to punish you once you're taken back, right? For all that effort, all you managed was to help just one other person escape. So tell me, what are you smiling for?" The child's query was met with another quiet smile. What that smile carried, this child would never understand. Things changed for that other person. He may have been caught, but the other escaped. That's still something. Things are not hopeless. Alright. Yeah, so on use and... hold on. 6+ poise, coin power +1. Max of 2, gotcha. And, ooh, hello. Coin power up on Avulsion Slash. And yeah, max of 2 there. And that's got a flat boost. Coin power up. Power down on the enemy. Okay. And clashable counter. Clash win, 3 poise count. Okay. Well, let's... there we go. All right. Now we are ready. Okay. Film. And yeah, 5 more of these goons. And...
저를 부르셨다는 건
태어내겠습니다.
저를 부르셨다는 건 노비가
Okay.
도망쳤군요.
Let's bring you in. Hey, Edel. prefer Ms. If you're going to use gendered pronouns there. But in regards to which finger I would join, obviously I'd rather not join a finger. But given the choice, maybe the ring, I guess? No, that's alright. I haven't had a chance to sort of work on my voice yet. I'm trying to sort of like schedule some time in to do some classes, but haven't had time for now, at least. We'll get there eventually, though. But yeah, I would probably pick the ring. Because, well, the index, you're at the mercy of the prescripts, and that's no real life or anything like that. With the thumb, it is incredibly formal. Edel's talking about the different syndicates, the different fingers. Kuro. Yeah, the thumb, that's too formal. I'm likely to like say something that'll get me in trouble, and then I'll have to kill myself. So I'll pass on that. The middle, like, while they've got that camaraderie going on, it's like it's too vengeance focused, I think. Too sort of like exclusionary to whoever's on the out, I guess. And like you don't really have like so much of a choice in terms of like grudges and the like. So like I would probably pick the ring if I can't pick the pinky, at least. Because like at least there you can sort of like focus on a different sort of like art style, and like while a lot of the art styles are gruesome, I guess, at least it's like some form of creativity, right? And there are less gruesome art styles out there as well. So that's my pick, at least. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go with this team. A little low on the orange.
베어내겠습니다. 베어내겠습니다. 잠시
잠깐.
어디서?
We'll go with that.
꽃을 피워볼까요?
Meanwhile, Heathcliff's team, yeah, middle is very much the rule of violence. And while you do have the whole like family going on, like you've got your brothers and sisters, like there's just so much anger, I guess, towards like the smallest of slights, and the obligation to avenge those slights in incredibly violent and over-the-top manners. And not just slights against yourself, but slights against your fellow siblings. So that's why I would pass on them. Oh, bloody hell! What's up with these kids? They're showing up out of nowhere. How should I know? Judging by their getup, they seem like escort fellas. And things were going so well. We talked it out with those fedora guys who were rummaging around the place earlier, you know? But no, you just had to go barking at them first. Oh, would have saved us a whole lot of trouble if you hadn't, right? Oh, so it's my fault? Those bastards looked like they were nicking stuff. It's our contract area, ain't it? they walked off with something important, we'd be the ones catching hell. Listen, bud. Not everyone's itching to wipe hair coupons into their pockets the second they get the chance. Heathcliff getting called out about that again. How many bloody months are you gonna milk that? Excuse me. What? You got a problem too, mate? Haha, no, not at all. Just wondering whether that gentleman over there is also one of our enemies. Is that the end of your troop performance? Shame. I was really enjoying watching you folks dance. Might have mistaken this place for the Peach Blossom Land of Legends. Had there been a cup of fine macchioli to go with it. That Ian Price wine. So it's like sake, huh? Although a Korean version? I don't know, how different is macchioli from sake? Yeah, that's an enemy, alright. He has a name tag, though. I think it says, LCD? LCD or whatever. Who gives a toss? Am I supposed to put up with every bastard having a dig at me? Oh, dear. Such bold swings! Didn't know there was an encore to that performance. Kim. Oh, you slippery little rat. Well, I do find this amusing enough. If you intend to play with me, you ought to be more aware of your surroundings. Hey, behind you, there's... He took out all those dopa-wearing people with just a single strike. I'd say that about covers the price of admittance for your troop circus, wouldn't you? Well then, I leave the rest to you folks. Wandering blades in Murim tales never linger on the stage for long, after all. Oi! Oh, where the hell do you think you're going? Damn it! Heathcliff. Alright. Oh, yeah. And, yeah, Malkuth is over there. Yeah. Alright. And, yeah, no, don't back up this time, but this is alright. Do we have, logs? Yes, we do. And are those logs different? Expected difficulties... They seem to be the same. Alright. Due to the expected difficulties in recording a voice log owing to the noise level in the surrounding area, and as the relative lull of the situational emergency permits, this observation log will be handwritten. The flash is followed by anomalous alterations to select entities or surroundings. The flash is always accompanied by a loud noise. The noise is a composite synthesis of various noises commonly associated with photography equipment. The rustle of winding film, a high-pitched whine of electricity charging the flash component, and the like. Altered enemies universally exhibit anomalies akin to a scrapbook-like collage of various print material, such as newspapers or magazines. Humans, these anomalies were most commonly observed on the face. After a certain point, most altered entities began to exhibit identifying elements associated with District 19, and once the alteration progress caused by distortion was halted, they returned to Pinframe Team staff members of N-Corp Service Declare. It does not appear that its main mode of interaction is spawning sub-entities or summoning their illusions, but overlaying certain appearances to entities already in the vicinity. Noticeable boosts to the overlaid entity's combat capabilities have been observed. The exact cause is unknown. Current working theory constructed by the LCD on-site investigative reasoning team posits a high level of likelihood that it is a location-type distortion. Following that reasoning, it can be concluded that this case cannot be resolved simply by defeating the altered entities. No further discoveries are to be made. This observation log is concluded. Alright. And yeah, these are the same. Okay. Anyway, let's get clashing, shall we? Okay. Let's do you. You. Actually, there we go. We've got the smallest chance of losing here, so I'll go with that. That we can try and fail to yield my flesh. And put it there. Roll better, Don. At least we've rolled max for it. I'll take that at least.
반듯한 일격이었어. 실로 군더더기였군.
동주상구 같은 배를
Alright,
탔으니
so
돕긴
you've got
도와야겠지.
trust.
그런 나 말고 앵두가
Let's have you focus over there.
모제스 아씨가
over
농담하신다고
here.
자꾸 그렇게 농땡이를 부르시면 저는 눈물을 머금고 다른 두 분께 이 사실을 실감할 수밖에.
There. There. I want to make sure we can do that. Get you up a little. And alright. Looks good to me. Oh, there we go. There's our stagger. And a bit of damage. Would prefer more, obviously.
추풍 낙엽.
Okay.
분연히 싸워도
And
당연한 결과일 테요.
let's have you do that. Another stagger. Alright. Oh, damn it. And that's you dead.
과연
Solid
저자에게는
hit.
그런 형세가 적절했겠군. 좋은 수였다고 보네. 저들의 목숨이
Oh.
다하였어.
Interesting, huh?
하수가 버틸 판은 아니었지.
Well, let's see what these N-Corp guys are capable of, shall we? Okay, so no logs for them, obviously. Inflict pinning nail. Offense level down to every 2 bind. But that's not actually inflict bind. Does give bleed. And some tremor burst. With intelligence gathering. Using a skill of identical rank to the skill photographed. Dash power -5. Oh, alright. Alright. Investigative order. Yep, boost there. Inflicted intelligence gathering. It heals SP. And a burst. Okay. Hey, Kailash. Can't save the game. It's not that sort of game. You just wasted those points. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, and boosts against opponents with intelligence gathering. Okay. Reticent ones over here, and they've got some paralyze. Okay. Anyway, let's engage. Okay. And go with that. These Blade Lineage characters are slowly improving their sanity passively. Okay, there we go.
모두께서도 저런 위험을 보이시면 배워야 할 것을 뵐 때가 있었지요.
과거는 과거일 뿐이지. 본국 제일검조차 아니었던 내게 자랑할
There's a photo.
조금 전의 귀하들의 전투는 모두 살수들의 본보기가 될 정도였네. 과히 좋군.
Okay. Let's have you kill that guy. You kill that one. Might go with a second there. Go there. 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 And here. Looks good. Alright. And I'll go and grab my weights. Let's start some lifts, shall we? Alright. Two. Three.
달빛조차 잘려나가
Four.
올고든 하나. 훌륭하군.
5.
한 수 배웠네.
6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Just in time for the attack animations to finish.
태금 하나 생기면
필요하십니까?
Okay.
그럼 사드려야죠. 값을 받고 빚이라도 내서.
Alright,
제일
so
좋은 경우로
this
하나
guy's
정리해드리면
cloaked.
됩니까?
Let's see.
아 네가 하면 농이 아니라 진담 같으니 부디 그러지 말았으면 좋겠구나. 검은 지금 것으로 충분하다.
Let's use you. Go fight that one. Fight there. Yeah, you fight there. Make sure to finish that one. Okay. And
전부 잡아드리죠.
Da, comrade. There we go. There's your sanity improved. Hey, Josephine, how you going? Oh, don't get the audio because So's not actually here. Hope you had a good rest. Oh, and they're transformed again.
조금 전에 귀하들의 전투는
I hate when that happens because they unstagger themselves, the fucking bastards. Alright, yeah, so you've got Resentful Scabbard now. And Drink to the Fallen, which triggers Resentment. Yeah. You sort of get that just by using it, huh? Yeah, on attack, and that's good. Because otherwise you gotta lose people, right? So weird not seeing Blade Thing and not sped up. Like to speed up and watch Berserk turn into Virgil. Oh yeah, I don't speed up the egos or anything. I know on mobile you can like hold down the screen to sort of speed up egos. I don't know if you can do that on PC or anything. How you going anyway, Maz? Hope you're doing all right. Let's finish these guys off. Yeah, we just got a few left. Let's just start win rating it a little. There we go. Alright. Space and left mouse button. Gotcha. Alright. Yep, no problem. I probably won't use it, but it is good to know, especially if you're sort of spamming long ego attacks. As much as I love Magical Girl Dawn, Her ego takes forever. Almost 300 with that crit. Nice.
귀하들이라면 능히 이길 것이라 믿.
Oh, yeah, know that feeling. So, let me get this straight. Dude was here just a minute ago, and now nobody knows where he wandered off to. Yeah. The bloke just turned up out of nowhere, flapped his gums, and did a run up before anyone could grab him. Seems like all our favorite colors seem to be purple. Oh, fuck Violet. Like the first time you just like run into frickin' Violet Noon, that really fucks you over. And Violet Midnight, dude. I am a fan of Magic Bullet, but I don't feel like that's as long as Magical Girl Dawn. Oh, Fell Bullet, fair enough. I haven't really used much Fell Bullet, so I can't comment on that one. Ezra let out a long, listless sigh, as though she was getting sick and tired of even complaining about Kim. Lady Ezra, I cannot say your frustration is misplaced. Yet, I trust you are also aware that, more often than not, Mentor's actions have carried a profound design. Saikai is faster, so you only have to use Fell Bullet once a week now. I'm guessing killing people off in the mirror dungeon to do solo runs? Is that what we're doing? I normally just spam win rate and then go up to finish level 5 and then I'm done. I don't have the House of Spiders Ryoshu ID, unfortunately. Or speedruns. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't really sort of learned any sort of like speedrun strats. I just normally have the dungeon up in my second monitor, and I'm sort of going through that while watching something else on the main monitor. He has never left his post without purpose so far. No, I get it, okay? But come on. Would it kill him to give us a heads up before he goes zooming off on his own again? What like would stop him? What are we gonna do? Tie him up? Lock him up in a closet? We don't do that in our team, right? Corrode Fell Bullet to Yi-sang hurt the whole team. Remember last time? We all thought he was being a good patient and sleeping it off in the recovery ward, but nope! When the LCE got infiltrated, he snuck out without telling anyone and came back like nothing happened. And the team leader didn't even chew him out for that. Lady Ezra, that's... See... Wasn't supposed to mention that, was I? Then, the reason he failed to participate in the operation was... simply because the LCD was lax in supervising its personnel. Is that what you're suggesting? Lady Moses made us hold our tongues for this very reason. She knew very full well Mentor's intentions would be misunderstood in precisely such a manner. A massive disadvantage that you have to focus constantly. Yeah. That's the risk you run when you run friendly fire comps. I love Magic Bullet Otis, but like sometimes when I run burn comps and I'm just like autoing things, like she might decide to just shoot the whole team. Ezra is very cute. I 100% approve of Ezra. She is great. What part of this have I misunderstood? Did you not just disclose that the man deserted his post without authorization? That's the thing! He wasn't just wandering around. he was outside, all alone, taking down the rig automaticans who locked down the elevator that leads into the LCE department. Yeah, it's not like he was dealing with the strongest enemy out there, but the recovery ward didn't have an emergency alarm, and nobody from the department was there to warn him either. He somehow just caught on and did the job himself. Kill everyone or don't have the chance to corrode. Yeah, I don't use Fell Bullet a lot, so I don't know the details of how that one works. Heard it's all thanks to him that the facilities team managed to get the comms back up and contact that LCE chief dude way faster. And that helped the LCA to actually deploy. They would have been delayed for another hour or two if he hadn't stepped in, apparently. And he went fighting even though he still wasn't fully recovered, so he came back looking like he'd been processed through a meat grinder. So yeah, he did end up staying in bed like a good patient, in a lot of pain. Then, the soldier is not entirely deserving of reproach. Nope. He's less talking, more doing type, I guess. Anyway, we were all stuck inside the building back then during the incident, so fine. I suppose there was no helping it. Today, though, fine. It's always like this with him. He always slips away and pops back in saying, "It's done." Yeah, the tier 4 gift can sometimes be tricky, especially if you need to route your way through certain packs as well. That's absolutely true. Using House of Spiders Roshu, the boss, 5k health. Corroded and did 2k. Great to try Ego 3. Wow. Impressive, nice. Clear Mirror Calm Water is a very nice ego. I do really enjoy grabbing that one whenever I've got a poise-based team. And slash tier 4s. I still haven't done the latest railway. It came out while I was on holidays, and I haven't had the chance to sort of go through that yet. I suppose I could consider streaming it. I have streamed like a couple of the other railways in the past. Depends on what chat wants, I guess, and what I sort of feel like, because the railways do have a way of taking it out of you. My point is, what happens if one day one of those solo missions doesn't go his way and he just drops dead in the streets somewhere? How are we supposed to help him then? Actually, does he even know what's supposed to be done in the first place when nobody gave him any instructions? Bloke's got to be relying on his gut feeling, innit? Gut feeling? Look, I only saw the bloke for a bit, so I can't say I've got him all figured out. He's an annoying bastard, but he didn't strike me as some clueless sod who doesn't know where he's stepping. Oh, congratulations, Maz! I don't normally aim for a high clear or anything like that. I don't really like. I'm the sort of person who is like, did I finish it? Great, awesome, I'm done. Although, like, getting a low clear means you've cleared it faster, so you're not sort of like wearing yourself out mentally while sort of going through it. So there is certainly that advantage as well, getting a low clear time. That's what I would value, at least, especially in terms of making sustainability easier. I'm playing freaking Fate Grand Order, and there was one boss in that. It was the King Protea boss, where like she ends up getting like millions and millions of HP, and it just sort of like increases every turn or something, like, or she heals every turn. And you sort of got to burst her down, but like as you sort of like go through the turns, like you become capable of dealing more damage or something like that. I can't remember, but fuck, I hated that one because I decided to go the sustained route rather than the burst route, and that fucking took hours to do until I was finally sort of like confident enough to burst her down, because obviously the turn that you burst her down, you sort of like make yourself like vulnerable to like the counter attack essentially, because obviously if you're focusing on sustain, and it's like buffing your characters and shit like that, you can't sort of burst, and if you sort of like drop that sustain and defense, then you risk sort of like wasting all of those hours for nothing. But yeah, I play FGO as well. But seriously, congratulations on the 81 turns. Well done. Especially with only 4 months of playing. Just waiting for the last 2 HOS IDs to be shardable before you finish RR6. Yeah, fair enough. I still need to grab a lot of those. It would be fun to do a full House of Spiders team, because those are all really good IDs. Heathcliff's scratched at his chin, then kept talking as though he was stating an obvious fact. Oh, we got our ad break, so we're going to pause here for a few minutes, and we will resume when that's done, okay? Be right back. All right, and we've returned. Let's resume Limbus company, shall we? All right. So, well, today's proof enough. Oh, he's not one of us, so Hawkhead couldn't have reached him from that far and sent him to back us up. And there's no way he just happened to run into us just when we were about to get into battle. Then, well, could be bloke's got some stupidly sharp head on him and piece things together. Could be that. But I got these moments when I get a flash of that gut feeling, however you want to call it. My boss man, Matthew, said, oh, he could hear that pile of shite too. Said, oh, I can hear them gears turning, or I think I hear rats scurrying about. Favorite servant? Space Ishtar. Definitely. Space Ishtar is my favorite. I had her grailed to 120. I've got her at NP level 3. And like basically I fight every battle with her first. Like my main team comp is Space Ishtar with double Castoria, and like she's great for like group battles. She's great for boss battles. She's just awesome. So when in doubt, Space Ishtar. Except if it's like a moon cancer or anything like that. That's not so good there, unfortunately. You gotta switch things out. Yeah, Space Ishtar is my favorite, and she is my go-to for everything. And only if Space Ishtar fails will I switch things out. Occasionally, like Summer Musashi is good. Because like Arts Berserker, AoE, like that sort of goes well with the double Castoria as well. I'm a very arts focused player, so that's what I like. Morgan's also pretty cool. I do like her. I haven't been able to get her to work as well. But I know she's got some really solid team comps as well. Yeah, I just haven't had as much luck with her as with Space Ishtar. She's a little bit more complicated, a little bit more vulnerable, but I know that you're able to get... So I think she's like boosts like NP level or something like that, so you can get sort of like really solid defenses up if you're able to sort of get her going with Castoria. I think that was the one of the big strats with her, at least. Ooh, Miyamoto Iori, nice. I still need to finish like that Fate game, starring Iori. Anyway, I do things that you couldn't make heads or tails of. Listen, there was this one time where we were expecting a life or death fight. Matthew says he could hear them gears turning, walks into a random pub, starts throwing back drinks like he'd lost his bloody mind. That does sound like someone who's lost his bloody mind. Samurai Remnant, yes, that's the one. I do like Samurai Remnant. I was streaming a little bit of that, but I think I saw like made like a poll in chat, and I think they wanted me to switch games up or something like that. I never had the chance to sort of play it on my own. I don't recall. It was a while back, unfortunately. Cannot say your favorite servant at the moment. A later servant for the JP roster. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the JP roster. Like, I am aware of a couple here and there, but I'm not sort of laser focused on the JP roster. So do appreciate like keeping the spoilers out. Though obviously, if anyone asks, like, feel free to like send them a message, I guess. back when I was on the ship, some sailors used to drink the barrel dry before battling whales to blunt their fear, only to stumble around on the deck and fall overboard. Yeah, and boss could knock it back like a whale. Still, the point is, getting plastered right before a turf war is not what most sane people call a good idea. It's all cross, so we went stomping in after him. And guess what? Turns out that pub was the secret hideout where the opposing syndicate was holed up. They were crowding around the gaffer, running their mouths about how they'll kill him and put an end to the dead rabbits. That's when we came storming in and had them surrounded instead. Not a single one of them got away. Oh, we beat them bloody every last bastard. And boss knew it would play out that way. Sorry, but this really sounds like Barstool bragging to me. You sure that wasn't just a coincidence? I should think it was no mere chance. If you are saying as much, then surely this was but one among many such coincidences. Is that not so? Yeah. Well, every time Matthew pulled one of those stunts, a lot ended up growing bigger. Wouldn't have kept working so neatly if it were just a coincidence. It is likely what is often referred to as, indeed, an instinctive sense or experience-based precognition. More accurately, an unconscious process by which information accumulated in the subconscious is sorted and converted into sensible conclusions. Yep, no problem, Maz. Thank you very much for stopping by. All the best with work, okay? And don't work too hard. That's what everyone should do. Not work so hard. Except you, Kuro. You're I don't want your clients to sort of get like screwed over or anything like that. Just look after yourself, Kuro, okay? Don't obviously like look after yourself, because otherwise then you can't look after clients. It's like with doctors, really. Like doctors and nurses, like the ridiculous hours they sort of keep is just way too much. Kuro, you're not even listening. You're too busy working. I was just saying, like for people not to work too hard, but like try not to like slack off and like damage your clients or anything like that, because that would be bad. And so like talking about how doctors and nurses and lawyers, they all work really hard, but they got like important jobs, but like, honestly, like the work required of them is like so ridiculous. Like there needs to be some give there, in my opinion, because it's not fair like how hard they work. Is that a compliment? Or are you taking the piss out of me? Calling out of hours, that's fucking bastards. Though my mentor does not see fit to explain each step he takes. When all has passed, I often find that no footfall of his was taken in vain. I would ask of you, grant him but a little time and wait. Keep waiting, and the shape of his intent may yet become clear. Though, I confess, I have also been concerned about him of late. His recent silence is far heavier than what I have noticed in the past. To wait! Don Quixote began, hesitated, and stopped herself from saying more. She only gave a quiet nod. Yeah, okay. I suppose our team leader has her own reasons for letting him be. That said, doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Let us return to the task at hand and do what we can for now. Fine. As the others quieted down, I finally had room to notice the place we found ourselves in. There wasn't a single ray of light. just a deep red hue pressing in from every side. Kuro does not want to think about work. Alright, I'll stop talking about work. I can't believe we've been chatting away in the dark this whole time, fellas. And the red lights aren't helping at all. Especially with my aging eyes. You're saying this room here is dark? That it is in fact a dark room? We've got photos! Oh, you looking for the light switch? It's right here. No, Sinclair, no! Stop it! And right then, don't turn on the light. I heard Masso's clipped warning, his voice coming from a corner I didn't expect to find. Masso? Where are you? There he is. That corner. Is he washing something? I am developing the film roll, manager. Exposure to light might ruin the entire roll. Please, exercise caution. So, he'd been doing his own thing. That explains why he was quiet all along. We, getting in... Darker Than Black, that opening... Was that opening TM Revolution or UFO World? I can't recall. I never watched Darker Than Black, but I am familiar with the opening. Didn't think you'd know how to print photographs, pal. What's that for, anyway? You expressed the wish to have the film developed, manager. I am carrying out that instruction. I see. Photo studio first. Now a darkroom. This may be no more than a conjecture, but it would not be unreasonable to suppose that the axis of this distortion rests upon a photographer. The film's serial numbers either match those we found in the photo studio, or deviate by only a single digit. It is certain that this darkroom is connected to the studio in some way. The images bear a striking resemblance to these photographs. I also believe this building and that photo studio share a strong connection. Oh? Where did you get these photos? I brought some from the photo studio. I cannot name the locations in the picture with certainty, yet they all appear to have been taken at various places in N-Corp's district buildings, mostly. Hey, wait! I know what these are! People take pictures like these when supplying stuff to that department store. Correct. The photos must have been taken by a docugrapher. Masso chimed in, holding up an odd cylindrical container in his hand this time. He gave the container a shake every now and then with a measured rhythm. Whatever he was doing seemed to be part of the process of developing the film. Film rolls are hardly affordable for the average resident of N-Corp. In most cases, taking photographs is done as part of professional duties. There are approximately 21 occupations in District 14 that utilize photography. However, only a single profession involves routinely photographing specific buildings, adhering to fixed standards that can be observed in these pictures. And these docugraphers you mentioned, are the people entrusted with that job? Yes. They photograph the information to be poured into canned experience. How could a person of such a decently lucrative profession fall into distortion? Decent job, maybe, but how do you know if they're a decent person? You don't have to be a decent person to... I suppose, depending on your definition of decent person, Like, you do sort of have like a struggle, but decent people can go through struggles, right? Which could cause them to distort. But maybe they'd be more likely to, like, manifest ego? Ezra replied with a clear-cut answer after only a brief pause. What makes you say that? The photo studio we were at didn't have any dark rooms, right? No, it didn't. My team leader said there are other ways of processing film rolls. But in NCorp, you have to go to a dark room to develop and print them. Correct. Film rolls are usually immersed in developer solution to be processed. Which is why photo studios have these dark rooms equipped with red safe lights right next to them. But this place? It's pretty far from that photo studio. Huh. Yeah. Now you mention it. Check out these windows. They're only covered by newspapers, all messy like. If you consider how sensitive film rolls are to light, it's really super suspicious that this dark room doesn't have any proper blackout panels. And you know films can cost a fortune in some places in the city, right? Who in their right mind would print photos in a room patched up with yesterday's newspaper? Oh. This probably isn't even a legit dark room. Someone just pulled in the bare minimum tools needed to develop film and threw them together in a hurry. Someone who didn't want to be seen printing photos. And people don't usually avoid scrutiny unless they're doing something not so decent. If that's the case, then I can see why they might have distorted. Right? Manager. Rousseau came to my side quietly, still giving the strange cylinder the occasional shake. I have a request regarding your instruction to develop this film roll. What is it? Please ensure that the light in this room is not turned on until development is complete. Aren't we already doing that? Yes. However, engaging in battle opens the door to uncontrollable variables. That is why I have judged it necessary to make a separate request. Battle? There is no need for concern. I am capable of participating in combat while maintaining the development process. Wait, can you slow down? Battle, you say? Surely there must be cause for you to believe so. At the photo studio, reinforcements arrived exactly 11 minutes and 34 seconds after NCorp's pinframe team staff were defeated. Deductions based on the events thus far make it clear that the photo studio and this dark room share some kind of connection. Furthermore, Sinner Heathcliff, Sinner Honglu, and Sinner Gregor have battled NCorp's pinframe team in this very location. I hear footsteps rushing up the staircases, approaching closer and closer. I have a feeling I know what Musso is getting at, but I ask anyway. Meaning? The initial rinse is finished. The process is now halfway to the completion of the second agitation. This indicates that 11 minutes and 30 seconds have elapsed since the start of development. A battle is imminent. Please withdraw to a safe position, Manager. So, you should have warned us way earlier! Understood, Manager. I will follow that instruction going forward. God damn it, Musso.
돌아오고 있어요.
Alright. Well,
뒤틀림에서 다시
there's
사람
our
형상으로.
rewards.
살수의 방식으로는 절대
And...
도달하지 못했을 결과일 테죠.
Oh, it's not actually a battle. I thought we were going into a
이젠
battle.
좀알 것 같네요.
No, we're going to
S사로 떠나기 전까지
story.
제가 현장 출입팀에서 무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
I guess it's an irrelevant battle. After the battle, something sits ill with me. Amid the sprawl of S-Corp's backstreets distorted with the flash, Engdu had her gaze fixed somewhere high overhead. And at the end of her gaze, are those photographs? A long line stretched across the open air, photographs hanging from it like laundry clipped to a clothesline. I mistook it for a kumjol at first and gave it little attention. Warding rope, huh? What you gonna say, a clothesline? Alright, warding rope, huh? Yet, upon closer look, I saw those pictures hanging from the line. Perhaps they had been strung within the dark room and remained thus when the distortion took hold. Bizarre. Observation of unaffected elements in the space occupied by a location-type distortion is most irregular. Indeed, the items we bore from the studio have already changed into images of various sites of S-Corp, yet those alone remain as they were. Guess they're part of the inflection point? Let's take them down and check them ourselves. Just as I was wondering if the line was perhaps too high for me to reach, Maso stepped forward and plucked a few photos off it. And the instant he brought them to me, we heard another pop, and again, a bright white flash blinded my vision for a moment. Good grief. This distortion likes to change its mind, huh? Keeps switching between S-Corp and N-Corp. This feeling is like getting caught in a flashbang detonation. The whole body tenses up, goes slack right after. The other sinners were busy grumbling about the distortion and its sudden jumps, except for Maso, who stood right in front of me with the photos still held out in his hand. Oh, you didn't drop them? No. He gave his usual short answer, then returned his attention to the cylinder he had been shaking. Took the film out of the container and flicked the liquid off it with clean, controlled motions. Is the process finally done? Wait, we're back here with the light on now. Is it okay to take the film out? Yes. Exposure to light will not damage the film once development is complete and the image is fixed. There is no cause for concern. That's a relief. I couldn't say I followed all the technical details, but no cause for concern was all I needed to hear. Sighing in relief, I held up the photographs so I could take a proper look. Oh, see anything odd in there, Manager Bud? There are people in them. The people in the photographs all looked different from one another. Hey, got some researchers there. Like some flowers. Shadowy figure there. A baker, perhaps? If I had to pick one similarity between them, though, they all looked cold and indifferent. Yeah, that's the city, all right. Ordinary folks you'd see anywhere. These aren't like the photos we picked up at the studio earlier. Are these the kind of photographs they use to make canned experiences? What was that? The scenery around us seemed to ripple just now. Yep, we're getting some distortions here. I was about to ask Faust if she'd also felt the strange sensation, but it faded away soon enough. Perhaps it's nothing serious. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe it was just a spell of random vertigo? Is it even possible to get dizzy when I've got a clock for a head? No. Maso must have noticed that I was out of sorts for a moment, as he seemed to pause on purpose before answering my question. No? I thought you said docugraphers take these photos to put into canned experiences. Raw ingredients for canned experience are handled exclusively by the Grand Magasin Sisyphe. There is no known method for external parties to access them. Sisyphe. What? Oh, I think I've heard of it. Canned experiences, right? They're in high demand in other districts too, but the only brand stamped on them is Grand Magasin Sisyphe. Same name every time. I remember some of my classmates bragging about trying them whenever exam weeks came around. Never had one myself though. Can't really explain it, but something about them feels kind of wrong. Excuse me. It's that popular, huh? The unprocessed base content of canned experience, known as experience batter, is supplied to reprocessing factories, where docugraphers fine-tune the experience's details. Photographs are primarily used for that purpose. They can fine-tune experience? An easier example for understanding would be to consider why docugraphers take pictures of subjects such as buildings. Oh, everyone hydrate. That includes you, Kuro. There we go. A purchaser may wish to experience living in a luxurious building that they could never afford. Another may wish to vent out impulses of violence by experiencing the burning of an expensive property. Overhydrating is fine as long as it's done in moderation. Eh? Demand for haute couture canned experience is increasing by day. So that's why the photos from earlier are all fancy buildings. Yes, manager. Conversely, information concerning ordinary experience that can be easily encountered in reality is in low demand. Then why photograph these residents at all? Perhaps these were not images harvested for their commodity value, but pure photography in and of itself. Mayhap they have been captured for a desire to seize a vanishing instant through a lens. There are people who take photographs knowing that it would cost an exorbitant sum. I have seen some before. A staggering amount of money just to take a single photo. That is, if they could even manage to find a photographer who would take the risk and help take the picture. I'm not so crass as to put a price on sentiment and nostalgia, but spending that much money on film rolls, what could have made this investment worth it? I'd say maybe this isn't just a matter of sentiment, or memories even. Leafing through the photographs, I quietly expressed my thoughts. Executive manager? I'm not exactly an authority on distortions, but I know they manifest through desires or emotions that became warped in bizarre ways. But everything the distortion has shown us so far points back to S-Corp. That is, the S-Corp from the past that only Kim and Engdu would have seen and remembered. These photos, though, they're completely untouched by the distortion. Doesn't that feel off? There must be a strong fixation at play here, strong enough to slip past even a distortion. That obsession is something that refuses to let these memories be influenced. I think our next step should be to look for the people in these photos. These photographs are the only undistorted, unaltered clues we have. Dante says it would be advisable to locate the people shown in these photographs. Oh, good idea. Team leader did say that we should accept input from the LCB with open arms. Hey, Endu, you get me the office catalog? We'll probably need to commission an office affiliated with VII Association. Let's look for one that can take the request right away. Can someone tell Ezra we're fine? I think I know where to find those people. Dante says one of the people shown in the photos has already been found. What? When? How? Well, guess I'm just having a lucky day. I pulled the radio from my waist and switched it on without answering Ezra's question. The WRC? I think she said, do we regroup clock? That one was especially hard to understand, Ryoshu. Roger's with you, right? Can you put her on? Ah, the bread lady. And Ryoshu was buying a whole bunch of bread and stuffing it into her jacket. Okay. Roger? You there? What? Dante wants to talk? One sec. And I went overboard with the bread and pastries. My hands are completely full over here. Pastries? What kind? Just one of everything? Neat! Can you grab extra brioche and baguettes for me too? Love the ones from that street. They're so good. Hold on. I gotta readjust the pile if I wanna. Just throw them on TF. They're packaged. Ryoshu! You can treat food like that, okay? Bread has... bakers have feelings too, you know? You think the baker would feel if they knew someone was treating their precious babies like trash. This scabbard is rattling again for no reason. Anyways, Dante, give me a sec if you need me to fight. Just need to cram these into my pockets real quick. No, it's not a fight. Huh? Then what's this about? I took a closer look at the words written on the wicker basket in the first photograph that Mosso had brought me. Where's that bakery you're at? Thank you, Ryoshu, and your food-related concerns. Sorry, Roger, not Ryoshu. Alright, so, cans. Ah, I know who you're looking for. Red Queen. The owner of the bakery was a woman holding the same wicker basket as the one in the photograph. She took one glance at the picture I held up for her and gave a quick nod. This man, he works in Cannery 17, right next. He's a regular. He used to drop by every morning to buy sandwiches to share with his co-workers. Haven't seen him around lately, though. And those co-workers, I assume they were wearing the same uniform? Asking the question on my behalf, Otis showed the baker another photograph. Probably. He was always wearing one too. I guess it's the cannery uniform. This confirms our lead, Executive Manager. A few inquiries at that cannery should bring us the information we need. Yeah, you're right. Just that she doesn't seem very concerned at all. She's one of the people in the photos that weren't affected by the distortion, right? Thought she'd be a close acquaintance. Allow me to verify, Executive Manager. Do you know the name of this regular you spoke of? His name? Am I supposed to know that? Though I wasn't expecting her to actually know his name, the apathy evident in her voice gave me pause. I mean, yeah, like, regular customer, but you don't necessarily introduce yourself to every customer or anything like that. he took a photo of you. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you're well acquainted with him? Oh, that. The baker's demeanor changed when Otis pressed the point. She gave a strange, unsettling smile before pulling something from her apron pocket. A thin and round, can-like object. He said he'd give me 5 of these canned experiences for free if I let him take my picture. He even said he'd throw in the docugraph of the building of my choice. He docugraphs buildings, right? I hear that he even takes work trips to the nest every now and then. So I asked him to get me a docugraph of this lovely mansion that I saw by the nest suburbs. No. I know I'll never get to afford a beautiful place like that. But this way, I could at least experience what it's like. Gosh, it was everything I'd ever hoped for. Sorry, throat a little bit scratchy. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was a distinct eeriness to that dreamy, blissful smile on the baker's face that sent a chill down my spine. Young Musso, are these canned experiences truly possessed of such marvels? To pluck all semblance of reason from one's countenance? They maintain high demand across the city. District 14 is only one of several markets. Dost thou mean that those who indulge in canned experiences may experience venturing on an expedition to the Great Lake and bungee jumping off the summit of that skyscraper yonder as they remain seated where they are? They may. However, oh, a magic can, allowing one to pursue any dream the heart may conceive. Verily, I confess mine own soul is much tempted. Is it good to experience briefly a good dream or stick to reality? That is indeed a good question. Philosophers would certainly argue about that. You do have to consider how real the dream is, and like let's use like the classic example of like being hooked up like to the Matrix, essentially. Would living your life in this virtual reality world where everything seems real, but is like perfect and like tailor-made for you, would you spend your whole life in there, like knowing that it is fake, but it feels real to you? What if you could live your whole life in there? Like even do things like start a family or whatever. Other sort of like big moments. But it's all simulated. By that same token, how do we know that we aren't living in a simulation ourselves? I don't subscribe to the simulated world theory. But like it's an interesting thought experiment at the very least. It differs from pursuing a dream. That's a little bit of a reaction from Basso over there. Mass-produced canned experiences are made from base experience data mixed with various modified information. The resulting end product enables intense stimulation through altered memory. Therefore, it is unlike the dream as experienced by Don Quixote. A piece of memory refined along the numerous processing stages of the cannery's production lines is not equivalent to genuine experience, meaning the usage of experience in her previous statement must also be amended. Memories altered for intense stimulation. That does sound quite shady. The problem with these canned experiences here is that you are not living your whole life in one of these canned experiences. You are just getting a brief moment. I don't know how long these canned experiences last or anything. Like an hour, a day, I don't know. But I would assume that they are consumed upon use, and they are very expensive. And I can easily imagine a person getting addicted to these canned experiences. Whether they're like actually have physically addictive components in them, or it's simply a mental addiction, I don't know. I don't care. Mental addiction is very real, and like that can lead to a person essentially degrading their real life experience in the pursuit of these canned experiences. And that's not going to work out well. Yeah, I've heard about that story, Kuro. That was very, very interesting and sad, because like she remembers those 3 kids in that coma, and now she just doesn't have them. That's got to be traumatic in a way, right? Nereus, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Fox Shrine. I hope you enjoy your stay. I do appreciate you coming by. Hope you're having a good day or night wherever you happen to may be. Anyway, let's continue with the game, shall we? How doth this cast a shade upon the boons granted by the can? Adventures and tales are, forsooth, inclined towards a little grandeur. It is because the memories provided by canned experiences are extremely vivid. Statistics have shown that users of cans interpret them as authentic experiences and become dependent on them. There we go. A possible cause of the formation of dependence patterns is that canned experiences allow one to feel as if one has achieved a dream that is, in reality, impossible. Art thou implying that the users are made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant-use cans? Worse still, the user may no longer strive to chase dreams in the waking world, for the sweeter and more splendidly a dream is embellished, the more impossible it will appear to be grasped with one's own hands. To become a cause for surrender, instead of inciting one to march forth. Verily, doth it not annul the significance of dreaming itself, if the resultant dream rouseth not the spirit to gallop towards it? Whether that annuls its significance, I cannot know. But they sell well. And in a way, it's a form of bread and circuses. Keep your population docile by having them dedicate their lives towards funding their canned experience habits, and they can achieve a fake happiness that way, instead of become rowdy and try and agitate for real change. So, how much will you be buying? Buy what? You keep barging in with all these questions, and I was patient enough to answer them politely, wasn't I? Think you owe me a sale or two? You're not about to leave without buying a single loaf after crowding up my bakery and scaring off my customers, are you? Her case was on point, actually. With that whole group gathered around, passers-by gave us a wide berth and hurried on, whispering among themselves. Nobody was about to come in and buy bread like that. Come on, lady! I practically cleared your shelf already, didn't I? You did? Why the hell are you keeping all that anyway? You even gotta ask? Of course I had some already. And the rest is safely tucked in my coat pockets so we can all share later. So, you already ate some. Let's buy a little more. It's true we scared off the other customers. Understood. Given that the expense is made to facilitate this operation, the lack of prior budgeting should not pose a problem. Oh, nice! Sesame rice bun for me, please! And Kim shows up when food is on the table. It was Kim. He really did have a knack for making an entrance at the least expected moments. Hey, mister! Where have you been this whole time? Wait. Be cross with me all you like, but just give me a moment. Ezra paused, waiting in puzzled anticipation. Wait for me to eat my sesame bun first and then run away. Only for Kim to take a sesame rice bun from the baker's hands and chomp into it. Alright, I'm ready. At least he's sticking around. Good waste of bread! Ezra's angry fist drove straight into Kim's solar plexus, folding him to the ground like a crumpled sack of potatoes as he rolled away. At this rate, Rona might start charging us for the whole bakery next, roof and all. Best get away from here. Manager. Musso approached me as we walked down the street, with Ezra and Kim still squabbling behind us. He was holding a roll of something brown and tightly coiled. A cinnamon scroll, perhaps? I have completed development of the film, per your instruction. Ah, alright. Oh, so this is the film in that canister you were shaking. Do I just unroll it? Hold it up against the sun or other sources of light. As it is a reversal film, the images should be visible as they were photographed. I had no idea what a reversal film meant, but I did as he said and unrolled the film. Okay, I can see it. Huh, that's pretty cool. Oh, is it showing? Can I see too? Move it over a bit. Let me have a look too. It was hard to make out the details because the images were too small, but I could still tell the strip was packed with almost identical pictures. Is this the same person in every shot? In the same pose in all of them? Ah, you're right. No, wait a second. See the arm here? The further along the strip you go, the lower it gets. Or was it a video? Or stop motion? Yeah. And the head looks like it's turning to the right. Huh? You're all squinting up at the tiny frames in the film, and Sinclair suddenly flinched and went stiff like he'd seen something he shouldn't have. A second later, all color drained out of his face. Sinclair? What's the matter? This reminds me of something I learned in school. You draw a picture in the corner of a stack of notes or a thick book, in the exact same spot on every page. You start with the arms down, then you make one small change on each page, nudge the arms up higher and higher, until they're raised all the way up. And when you flip the pages fast enough, the drawings stop looking like separate images. The still figure starts moving. That class was called Introduction to Motion Pictures. I remember the teacher saying that video footage we watch are all made the same way. Are you saying that this is... It's a continuous sequence of still images. The arrangement of the frame suggests that this film strip is highly likely to constitute footage, a violation of N-Corp's taboo. Ah. Dun dun dun. Taboo. Alright. Let's proceed, shall we? Yep. And yep, here come the N-Corp goons. Goons! Hired goons. Alright.
꽃을 피워볼까요?
Oh crap! As soon as I registered Maso's words, my hand reflexively threw the film to the ground. Are we gonna be okay? We might have just broken a taboo. My mind began to race, rapidly traveling back through our journey, specifically to the time when Don Quixote had smashed that window at K-Corp and caused the wing to wipe out our team multiple times over. I felt faint. At least we had Vigilius with us then, and it ended up being not that big of a deal at the end of the day since I could revive the sinners, but... They're not gooners, they're goons! Fired goons! Some nest taboos can get us in serious trouble just for carrying anything that has to do with them, aren't they? I hurriedly turned towards the sinners, many of whom looked every bit as troubled as I felt. Still, a few of them expressed a casual look of concern, citing all the crazy things we've gone through so far. Miss Faust! What will happen to us if this gets the manager killed? Okay, so this is it then, huh? Stop freaking out, guys. They're not dying and we'll be fine. N-Corp's not gonna kill you on the spot just for possessing a film roll. Really? Well, it might be a problem if the film roll does contain genuine recorded footage, but it's not like you guys had a hand in filming it, right? When N-Corp dudes get here to pick it up, just comply with their commands, thank them for their service, and nicely hand it over to the authorities, and everything should be A-okay. Yeah, we can trust the cops, right? There is a possibility that everything will not be okay. Eh? Because I have developed the contents of that film roll in that dark room. Oh. The court will take the lack of intentionality into consideration. However, it is very likely that my actions will be deemed as aiding the primary violator of the taboo. Really? But Team Leader said that N-Corp has their own regulatory standards regarding image quality, which they use to determine the severity of taboo violation. If the footage's image quality or frame rate is within regulations, N-Corp won't be sticking their fixes on our butts right away, and that could buy us time or give our company some leverage to make a deal, however small it might be. Because what they're really sniffing around for is how close to reality the video is, or how close of an experience it provides to real life. Oh, alright, so that's why they hate recorded footage. They don't want people experiencing like things that could be considered equivalent to canned experiences. It's a monopoly. All right. So like filming like certain like movies and documentaries and such would be like disapproved of because like that way they wouldn't need canned experiences or give them an like alternative, and then they're a lot less addictive because of not being as vivid as canned experiences are. All right, that's it's all starting to come together. So, even if we're really, really unlucky and they actually come after us, it's going to be fine as long as the footage is low fidelity. Probably. So, what exactly does frame rate within regulations entail? It means that the interval between each frame shouldn't be, like, super brief. Think about photo slideshows. They only show you one image every few seconds, so it doesn't feel real or vivid, right? You can technically call them motion pictures, but there's no vividness required to violate their taboo. Then, let us analyze this film roll and see how vivid it really is. Musso, I trust that you are knowledgeable in subjects concerning NCorp, yes? Cooperate. Could this film roll be considered a violation of the taboo? Otis picked up the film from the ground and showed it to Musso. That cannot be determined, unless each frame is thoroughly analyzed and compared with adjacent. Without waiting for Musso to finish, Otis unrolled the film roll and raised it against the sky. The rest of you, get over here. We must analyze these frames. The film canister was labeled Experiment, so I assume the culprit had created this as a test run of sorts. An experiment to see how close they could get to violating a taboo and testing the limits of the law. It may even be a mere collection of similar photographs that are pretending to be recorded footage. The sinners all gather around Otis and look up towards the unrolled film in unison. Here, the flower pot moves between frames, doesn't it? The docugrapher couldn't possibly have moved the pot while also holding down the shutter button. I don't see any difference. Oh, sorry, we've got our ad break now. So, we will pause the stream here and return in a few minutes, okay? Be right back. All right, and we're back. Hey there, Drago. How you going? Let's resume Limbus company, shall we? All right. See here. The expression risen on the subject's visage appears rather stiff. Maybe they're just a gloomy sort. Perhaps, yet observe closer. The stiffness arises not from gloom, but from strain to maintain it. Yep, no problem, Kuro. Hope you sleep well. Oh, if that's the case, maybe the subject really is trying to fake an actual footage by moving very, very slowly. That's a pretty convincing theory, but I'm not sure if that's enough to conclude that we're in the clear just yet. That's when bamboo-hatted Kim, who had been sprawled on the ground ever since Ezra punched him, stepped into the conversation. Let's see. Look at the shadow cast on the windowsill. See how it noticeably shifts between each frame? Whoever made this knows their craft for sure. I can't imagine a backstreets dweller would have any way to mess with the sun's trajectory. What's up, Drago? Where is this bamboo hat then? He's taking it off. He's not in his full combat regalia, I guess. Anyway, then the likely scenario must be that the creator of this film roll deliberately made its subject move very slowly from frame to frame, creating a series of disconnected photos that, when played sequentially, would look like footage that violates the taboo. In which case, this film roll does not violate the nest's taboo, correct? That is highly probable. So he says, Executive Manager. We should be in the clear for now, at least in regards to aiding the violation of a wing's taboo. Oh. But if he was willing to go through this much trouble just to test M-Corp's patience, it's hard to believe that he'd have stopped here. Based on all available evidence, Executive Manager, it seems reasonable to conclude that the inflection point of this case is a taboo violator on the run. But what motive would they have to do that? Sure, working for a wing subsidiary has nothing on being an actual wing employee, but it's still pretty up there when it comes to careers available in the backstreets. Work for a subsidiary long enough and you might even get transferred to a factory job in a nest, which gives you a pretty okay chance at a better life, so maybe he was just tired of living that kind of life. Everyone has one of those days, don't they? The sudden feeling that you could be doing more than live the rest of your life in a 9-to-5 hell. The drive to do something that takes you away from the pressure of trying to make a life. Something about what Ishmael said must have tickled a bamboo-hatted Kim, because he suddenly whipped around towards her and shook his head. Maybe, but how many of those people do you think are capable of throwing away everything they've built on a whim? From what I've seen, maybe our culprit just likes to play with fire. Play with fire? Yeah. Must have started by doing something that technically doesn't count as taboo, and inched on until he brushed thrillingly close to one. One thrilling shot through this camera, and another with the next. Eventually, he ended up recording actual footage. Cool. then that leaves the question of what the heck was he trying to do with it? Might have been trying to screen it using a projector for all this part of the back streets to see. What? But would that make everyone here? Even those who unwittingly came across the projection? Right on. It'd have made those folks violators of the taboo. Why would anyone? So, do you care to explain how you know that, Mr. Breadbrain? I asked around on the opposite street, and apparently some guy's been going around asking the workshops if they could make him a projector. Seemed like most of them turned him down, but they also said that he stopped showing up after a certain point. Fair to guess that he got his hands on a projector somehow. Alas! Is it not a taboo of N-Corp to view recorded videos? Pray tell, why would any insane mind? Well, it ain't taboo if you only made a projector, innit? Our backstreet blokes are down for anything so long as there's coin. Huh. So, how do we track this guy down? Excuse me. Multiple individuals in the same garb as the Pinframe team have just been identified in the vicinity. They are all carrying the same briefcase. Oh ho! Well, isn't that convenient? Maybe we can play this like a festival or a convention and just tell people to look like they're involved with what we're looking for so that they'll lead us wherever we need to go? Indeed. At architecture conventions, there would be those in formal plaid shirts and suspenders milling about. And I could always trust them to lead me to the convention venue. This is why you always follow cosplayers. Like whenever you're going to a convention, like Comiket or Supernova or whatever, and you don't know where to go, follow the cosplayers. They'll take you where you need to go. And was it common for those plain shirt fellas to look around like they're scanning the area? Did they also go around checking people against photographs? Collect evidence. Please advise for. They also radioed each other, glaring at people like they're glaring at. Huh? Perhaps you could answer that series of queries yourself. Nope. This crowd sure don't look like they're gonna let us follow them. N-Corp attack! N-Corp attack!
조심하는 것이 좋지 않겠는가?
Alright.
모두
Focus
사실
battle
지금
again.
위험했지. 갑작스레
And yeah, they've all got
가지고
investigation order. Alright. You go there. There. Actually, you go there. You go here. And oh, awesome! We've got help here. Kim's buggered off though. All right. I'll let you do that. Okay. Go.
절묘한 한압이었군.
Let's start strong.
귀와 요격, 함수, 정리로와.
그래, 그게 정수.
Nice. There we go. You're badly hurt now.
낙화 분분. 본래
Okay.
떨어져 흩날릴
I don't happen to have. I think it's just
이
you.
주변은 귀하에겐 해가 될 수 있으니 물러나시길.
Yeah, 3 pride of resident. Gotcha. Alright. You go there. You go there. Okay, I see now, sorry. Yeah, you do that maybe. That and that, I think.
발광, 차단.
Well crushed.
단수가 이어졌다면.
Damn it.
모래배들도 하나씩 흩어져 가고 있네.
Okay.
이대로 전부 조각낼 수도 있겠지. 귀하들의 검법이 우수했군.
That. And yeah, let's go with that.
흐름이 없도록.
Nice.
모두께서도 저런 위험을 보이시며 배워야 할 것을 배울 때가 있었지요.
과거는 과거일 뿐이지. 본국 제일검조차 아니었던 내게 자랑할 만한
Finish
물건이
you.
혈이 난자오.
Okay.
혹시 아냐? 나도 앵두 너처럼 새검 하나 생기면
Now.
필요하십니까? 그럼 사드려야죠. 값을 받고 빚이라도 내서 제일 좋은 검으로 하나 장만해.
Okay, so you're gonna kill that one. You're gonna fight over there.
아 네가 하면 농이 아니라 진담 같으니 부디 그러지 말았으면 좋겠구나. 검은 지금 것으로 충분하다.
You finish this one. You finish them. I'll go with that actually. And yeah, okay. Oh, good.
떨굴 수밖에. 귀와 요격. 떨굴 수밖에.
Kill stealing.
검주먹 모드.
Flame his bones.
과연
Bones
저자에게는 그런
claimed.
형세가 적절했겠군. 좋은 수였다고 보네.
Okay. You go there. Do that just in case.
물의 배들. 전공 모드. 마크 세.
Absolutely wrecked.
앵두야, 왜 갑자기 아무 말도 안
And
하고
victory.
흉터의
반듯한 일격이었어. 귀하들이라면 능히 이길 것이라 믿. 우두? 벌써 어딜 가십니까?
개가 할 필요도 없어 보이니 방에 가서 세상 돌아가는 모습이나 보려 한다.
누군가를 베는 건 생각보다
I suppose that crit really sort of put you over the edge there in terms of damage. Okay. There we go. And next up is Pursuit. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do this one. Hey, Chewie! How you going? Don does have a fair few IDs, admittedly. Oh, hold on. Now I've got to redo this. Yep, so Don does have Well, I've got 13 Don IDs, I guess. Don Quixote is one of my favorite characters, so yeah, I totally hear you there. Yeah, Manager Don is a very good one as well. I still need to run like a full Blood Fiend sort of deck as well. Like I haven't leveled up my Prince of La Mancha yet. Prince of La Mancha land ID for Merceau yet. I've run all the other Blood Fiends together, but not him yet. And they were quite good, so I wanna do that one too. Yeah. Let's fix up our thing.
피가 망설여.
잠시.
저를 부르셨다는 건
태어나겠습니다. 잠시 같이.
어디서?
잠깐.
이번 의뢰는 몇 번?
잠깐.
어디서? 뱀 기어가는 소리 들리지 않아?
Oh yeah. Like I don't care about meta to the degree that some people do as well. I just like running what's fun or feels strong and trying to like balance out like sim costs. Like right now, like I'm running a pure blade lineage deck at the moment because blade lineage is themed around with the armor. Is that N Corp? Middle Hammer? This one over here? And honestly, I give kudos to people who go through the game just playing with whatever they find fun, or like making do with what they've got, because that's harder to do than it is to play like full meta builds, right? Yeah, I'm running Blade Lineage because they're the ones themed around this thing. Obviously, I could just have like a few and run like a different team or whatever to get the event bonuses, but like it's just fun. Like going full Blade Lineage with this, even like the weaker ones. I am sort of running S Corp Chiwanoken because like that's a new character, but yeah, Mouth Faust is incredibly strong. She is a very solid character. Alright, more of these goons. Alright. Well, let's we can go through this fairly fast, I think. Let's you're doing that, and you're doing that. Let's oh. Go there. You go here. And you do that. The currency to exchange for IDs cuts in half when there was a new season. Yeah. Like you get threads out of it, and threads are absolutely important. So it's not all doom and gloom, at least. But yeah, it is something you need to take into account. You'll be able to exchange for that done later, at least. Ouch. Okay, there we go.
추품
Okay.
낙엽. 불면이 싸운다.
Next up,
낙엽은 반드시 떨어지니. 당연한 결과일 테요.
let's go blast you. You'll go in over here. We'll go in there. Okay, so focus on these ones, I think. Though I might join in a bit over there. And over here. And yeah, you can join in there too. All right.
물의 배대. 귀와 요격. 함수. 정리라.
달빛조차 자유하게 올고든 자. 훌륭해. 한 수 배웠네.
Beautiful. Keep on going. Keep it up. Lovely. All right. And oh, and I suppose I don't need to sort of tell you. Obviously, I'm ahead of you. I'm doing the current event, so that might have spoilers for you. If that's something you're concerned about. If not, though, that's fine. Hey, innocent. How you going? I suppose my ears are pretty big. Like, technically not a fennec fox or anything like that. But yeah, they are pretty big ears. I am not going to lie. Hope you're doing alright. It's alright. At the very least, events, they do repeat, and the story content you don't lose. So that's a very good thing about Limbus Company compared to other games out there that don't do that. Okay. Let's do that. Do that. That is very valid, Ina. 100%. I like Limbus Company, absolutely. It is still a gacha game at the end of the day, so I am not going to sort of pressure people to play a gacha game, especially if they might be vulnerable in some way. Yeah, I managed to get all the Arcanite stuff, thankfully. I made sure to prepare in advance for that, so that I could roll for it, because I knew that those ones were the only things that were going to be limited, which is unfortunate. Because I hate limited stuff. I hate FOMO. Let's make sure that
망설임이 없도록.
looks good.
떨굴 수밖에. 귀와 요격.
Ooh,
겨냥 삼수.
I love it when she activates her extra attack like that.
저런 위험을 보이시며 되어야 할 것을 뵐 때가 있었지요.
흉터의 결과요.
과거는 과거일 뿐이지. 본국 제일검조차
I unfortunately stopped playing Star Rail before the collab happened. Like, it was just getting too much for me to keep up with, so I sort of stopped playing that. There's just too many like gacha games, too much FOMO, limited stuff. Too much for me.
필요하십니까? 그럼 사드려야죠.
Which is a shame because I love Fate Stay Night.
제일
I fucking
좋은
love
선물을
Fate
하나
Stay Night,
장만해드리면
and I would have loved to do that, but
아, 네가
Yeah,
하면
too
농이 아니라
much.
진담 같으니 부디 그러지 말았으면 좋겠구나. 검은 지금 것으로 충분하다.
surely unopposed. Yeah, just go with that one then. Yeah, another reason I sort of stopped is Hoyo sort of getting like a little bit more into AI, like the company. I don't know if they're doing it with the game or anything, but like that's a concern. And also the way they've treated like some of the English voice actors. So yeah, I've stopped for reasons like that. Used to play Zenless as well. Stopped playing. It means I got more free time at least.
즐겁겠군.
Chroma. Yeah, like I didn't get stuck on Chroma, but like obviously that was at the very start of the game, and like there were definitely a few sort of tricky fights in there that were hard to sort of get through. Like I remember the some of the Inquisitors being particularly annoying. But man, that Kanto 3 fight where the melee kicks in, that was a lot of fun. Ah, no crit, damn
그게
it.
정석이야.
추풍 낙엽
Lei Hung was a difficult fight.
반드시
I didn't,
당연한
because I was streaming at the time, I didn't get to Lei Hung before the nerf. I think it was before the second nerf, however. That was a tricky fight. I think it only took me like I lost the first time, but I think I won the second time, so that wasn't too bad at least. This guy's going to be screwed from this attack. Over here, I think we can help out. There we go. All right. What team was I using for Lei Hung? It's on stream, it's on VOD, you can see what team I was using.
8권 차단.
Ha! You've fallen into my trap. You're not gonna use the thing, right?
다음번에는 될 수 있겠죠?
순순히 오라를 받으시죠.
과연 저자에게는 그런 형태가 적절했겠군. 좋은 수였다고 보네.
처리 남자오.
조금 전에 귀하들의
Why don't you use your counter?
못 살수들의
The enemy you were fighting
귀하에겐 해가 될 수 있으니 물러나시길
like
팔건.
die early or something?
귀하들이라면 능히 이길 것이라 우두? 벌써 어딜 가십니까?
개가 할 필요도 없어 보이니 방에 가서 세상 돌아가는 모습이나 보려 한다.
돌아오고 있어요.
Alright.
뒷걸음에서 다시 사람의 형상으로. 살수의 방식으로는 절대 도달하지 못했을 결과일 테죠. 이젠 좀 알 것 같네요.
Also, these ones are just
제가 현장 추리팀에서 무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
just fight nodes, are they? Well, let's. I've got another one, huh? Ooh. Actually, this one might not be. All right, let me just look. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to pause the stream here for the night, as it's getting close to midnight, and like I've got work in the morning, and like I'm going to. It's going to be my first day back at work in a month, so I'm going to have to sort of get back in the swing of things, and that sucks. But I will be continuing the stream on Wednesday, not tomorrow, but Wednesday. And we will hopefully be able to wrap this up. I don't know if there's a fathoms for this or anything, but I suppose we'll find out. Okay? So, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. As I said, we'll be doing some more Limbus Company. We will be finishing it hopefully on the Wednesday. If not, I will continue on the Thursday. And I'll see about doing some other streams as well. Maybe a Super Robot Wars stream on Saturday. Unfortunately, I am going away from home on Sunday to do some cat sitting for my mum. She's going away on holiday now, and I'm going to be minding her place for a few weeks. So I'm going to be on my laptop there, which means it'll be a slightly different stream schedule. So we'll probably ask if we want to do like the Limbus stuff that I haven't streamed yet. So it'll be repeats for me, but people who like haven't I haven't streamed Heathcliff's and Don Quixote's cantos before, so like it might be worthwhile to like have the have like a full sort of VOD for everything. So that's that will be an option, or we can do 100-line instead. So we'll see how things go. Okay. Now let's go and raid someone, shall we? Let's go and raid. Wiki VT. Wiki is playing some Deer and Boy, so we'll go over there and go say hello. All right. So, thank you very much as always. And I hope to see you all next time. All right. See ya.